Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to wrap up this three-part video series on streaming radio and music using Kodi with a look at some streaming audio sources. While I'm focusing these videos on the Raspberry Pi platform, it should apply to all supported platforms. In fact, I'm filming this on a Windows version of Kodi. You'll find all this under the Music tab in the Kodi menu. The Files tab is where you can set up connections to your own shared music folders or UPnP/DLNA streaming music servers. And the Add-ons tab is where all the external streaming music sources are located. So let's take a look at those. You can see I've installed a small selection of streaming sources. Let's come back to those in a minute. For now, I wanted to show you some of the available streaming options by clicking on the Get More item here. This is the list of available streaming add-ons that are in the Kodi add-ons repository. Plus, I installed the TVaddons repository as well. I'll click through the options here, and on the right will be a description of the add-on. If you see anything of interest to you, you can pause the video and read the information. There's often a web page mentioned in the description. And again, these are just some of the available streaming music and radio add-ons out there. I think there's something like 60 unofficial add-on repositories along with about a dozen official add-on repositories. So there's a lot of options out there. And I'll take a closer look at a couple of these after I click through the list here. And realize with these add-ons, they are not just a single streaming source per add-on. As we'll see later, a single add-on can have thousands of streams contained within it. So we're getting down near the end here. Again, you can pause the video if you want to read any of these in detail. Okay, that was a quick browse through all the music add-ons in Kodi. Let's take a closer look at a couple of them. So the Pandora add-on lets you log into your Pandora account and access any radio stations you have set up there. The NPR add-on has links to all the radio streams from the U.S. national public radio stations supported by state and city. So you have 50 states plus the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico here, with anywhere from 1 to 50 or more stations per state. And here's the basic radio add-on that has 7,000 streaming radio stations worldwide. You can get your local radio stations here, and this is done by geolocation of the public IP address of your Kodi system. This morning, I'm running a VPN connection to a server in the United Kingdom, and you can see my local stations are also located in the UK. You can also select by country. So let's see what's playing in Albania this morning on Radio Jug. Takes a while for it to connect there, but there you go. So you can also search for a specific station here. So if you know the name of the station, country, language, you can search for that here. But realize this only searches in the radio add-on. And this brings up a point that the hardest part of setting this up will be locating the add-on that has the streaming source you're looking for. So if you're targeting a smaller platform like the Raspberry Pi, for example, it might be best to install Kodi on your PC or Mac first. This way you can do web searches, cut and paste in repository URLs, etc., to make it easier to set everything up. Then, when you set up the Raspberry Pi, you'll just have to enter the repository URLs that you've selected and install just those. That's because on a Raspberry Pi running Kodi, there's no cutting and pasting, there's no web browser, there's no search engine. You have to type in everything on a remote control or a wireless keyboard. So that'll wrap up this video series on streaming radio with Kodi and the Raspberry Pi. I've been using the Raspberry Pi connected to my old portable TV as a streaming radio player for a few weeks now. It works quite well, and since it's running off solar power, I've been able to unplug 2 more things that used to draw utility power. My old radio and the powered speakers used to use about 15 watts of power and were running about 8 hours a day. Over a year, that might amount to 10 kilowatt hours of energy usage, so I'm not going to pay for the Raspberry Pi anytime soon on those savings. But I'm sticking to my goal of reducing how many devices I do have plugged in. I have a finite number of things plugged in, and if I keep eliminating them over time, it does make a difference in my electric bill. If you have any questions, put those in the comment section below. Feel free to check out some of my other cable cutting, Kodi, and Raspberry Pi videos here. Subscribe to my channel for updates, and as always, thanks for watching.